Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's 8 o'clock.
Blog Talk Radio.
Something's gonna come your way, good or bad. You don't need to hang your head. Gotta make a move instead. Don't be mad. There's always a way to get everything the positive in your life. Nothing can stop you now. That's the way we live now. 'Cause life is so good. Go open up doors to live that good life. I just want you to do all that you can do. Every day to help somebody live that good life. That good life. La la la.
Hey there, do-gooders. Welcome to The Good Life. This is Shea, Meminger, and you right now are listening to The Good Life. Our co-host, Adiagha Faizah, is out performing at the New York Weekend's Poets Cafe. She is in a production of Black Footnotes, and it is going to be from February 1st until the 14th. So she'll be out this week, but no fear. We will have a special guest who's sitting in with her, with us, and I'll be introducing her shortly. But I just want you to know that The Good Life promotes a commitment to a lifestyle of resourcefulness. This is a movement, everybody. We are about celebrating the innovators, the risk takers, the movers, the shakers, the go-getters, those who open other doors, and those who find a way to make it all happen. We call them do-gooders. And that's you, our listening audience, of course. And right now, we are broadcasting live from the GoPro Radio Network right here in Jersey City. Today is February the 4th. Can you believe it? February the 4th, 2015. And we always want to take the time out right now to thank our supporters, our community and families for their positive energy and their tangible support to this vision. We never take it lightly. The power to influence, the power to inspire, and the power to empower. And as always, as you receive it, pay it forward. Do-gooders, listen up. The lines are open right now. You can call in 347-838-8917. So I just want to take this time out right now to introduce our special guest host who will be here today and next week, Wednesday. So tell everybody, tell a friend. And I want to just introduce everyone to my friend, my sister, poet, actress, mom, sister, daughter, everything. She is every woman. It's all in her. Ladies and gentlemen, Jennifer Falou is here. And she's going to just, we're going to have a good time today. Hello, Miss Falou.
Hi, Shea.
So today we are going to talk about a lot of stuff. But before we get into anything, I just want to go into what we call what's good. And basically we talk about what's going on in your life. How was your week so far? So what's good with you, Miss Falou?
Oh, man. So things have been going good. I'm getting ready to move.
All right.
Are you right?
You got your sage and everything ready?
Right. Dusting that thing down. Yeah, I'm getting ready to move. My kids are getting ready to do a production of Harlem Renaissance.
Awesome.
So we have Ella Fitzgerald and Langston Hughes.
Okay.
And the Nicholas Brothers.
All right.
So there's going to be a live band.
What school is this?
This is the Middle School for Arts and Philosophy.
Okay, and it's located?
What
borough? What borough?
It's in Flatbush, Brownsville area. Like there's like a battle between the kids. Like it's just Flatbush.
Right.
No, this is Brownsville.
You cross the street.
Right. You cross the tracks and you're in like Brownsville. So it's in Brownsville, and we're super excited. They're super excited. So it should be fun.
Shout out to Brooklyn. And when is the show?
February 24th and 25th.
All right. So we are going to be looking forward to that. Well, for me, I'm just looking forward to the week after next. For those of you who are not in New York City schools have what's called a midwinter break.
Yes.
And it is amazing. It is the best thing since sliced bread. It's just a nice week during President's Day where you just get to relax and not hear people call your name.
Yes.
And he hit me and no, I didn't. And I'm going away
Ooh.
just for a little vacay.
Nice. We all need a little R&R.
Just a little R&R, going to
Yes.
Baltimore, nothing too far, close enough that if something happens, I can get back.
Right.
But far enough that if I want to be, incognito, nobody knows me. Yes. Yes, I'm
I want to
leaving.
go with you.
Well, let's talk about it after the show.
Okay.
We'll be incognito together.
Okay, good.
So, today is Wednesday, and it's the Wednesday after Super Bowl, and I know everyone is still smarting from that stupid play that the Seattle Seahawks, for those of you who watch football. Falu, do you watch football?
I do, but I missed the game because I took the teenager, the 13-year-old, to Dylan's Candy Bar.
Okay.
And then I spent the other half of the evening in the ER because the toddler dropped a chair on her foot. So I missed all things
Great.
Super Bowl.
I'm so
Super Bowl.
sorry.
But I did hear about that last, 13 seconds?
Yes.
36 seconds?
36 seconds.
Yes,
And
I
it
heard.
was the worst 36 seconds of a lot of
A
people's
lot of lives.
Yes, a lot of people were just like, these 36 seconds. So, other than the Super Bowl, a lot of people watch the commercials.
Right.
And, that's something that's really big now. There's millions of dollars being spent on the commercials. And one commercial in particular was kind of interesting to me. And I think you got a chance to see it.
I did get a chance to watch the commercial.
And it's the Like a Girl movement.
Yes.
And for those of you who didn't watch it, basically they asked a plethora of people of different genres and ages and genders and socio-political backgrounds, what does it mean to do something like a girl? So they would, give them kind of action suggestions, like throw like a girl. And people would just go, and run like a girl and,
Right.
and, fight like a girl. Lots of sounds and just, weak movement.
Lots of weakness.
Lots of weakness.
Got you.
And then, at the end of the commercial, they ask some young girls, some little girls, well, what does it mean to run like a girl? Run like a girl. And these little girls start, taking off and throwing like a girl, and they're throwing with all their might. And so tonight we want to talk about what does like a girl mean to all of our do-gooders. What is this like a girl movement, and should we jump on this bandwagon? Because a few months ago we had another campaign. It was called Don't Be Bossy.
That is also probably for women.
It was yes, everything's aimed at women.
Yes.
Don't be bossy. And so we want to talk a little bit tonight about these movements for women.
These hashtags.
Yes. A lot of these hashtags. And so I want to get some of your insight on, these quote unquote feminist movements and what they do for us, especially women of color. What does it mean for us in our communities?
I would never identify as a feminist per se. I feel like feminism is not necessarily a movement for women of color. It has really never been. We've always been in the back of that movement, even in joining the fight, we were still placed in the back of that movement. So I would never be like, oh, I'm a feminist. Like, that's just not my thing. But I feel like these hashtags is like a girl hashtag is simply one of those things. It's insulting, but I feel like just like most things, you can turn it around, right? Mm-hmm. So if you do something strong or what is deemed as something strong, even if you play football and you hashtag football, like a girl, then that, that's a way to turn it into a good thing, right, or into a strength. And it's not necessarily a weakness, but I do see where it started, mm-hmm, and I see that it started from a place of weakness.
I'm still trying to understand why we consider things that are of the female, background. Why do we consider it so negative? Why are things that are associated with being a female, why is it negative? And I think that's why I'm kind of on the fence with it, because like you said, it doesn't have to be a negative thing or a weak thing. But, because us as women of color, we've always had to do things like a girl. We've had to take jobs and do it like a girl. But it didn't mean that we did it with any less grit or any less, efficiency. We figured out ways to make it efficient for us. And, I've seen hashtags all over social media these last few days. Everyone's hashtagging like a girl. Everybody's, jumping on the bandwagon. And are we taking the time to stop and really think about what this whole movement is about? Because I've looked up some things, and there's some groups who are using this hashtag, and it's not necessarily to promote, getting girls to be active.
Right.
It's there are other agendas, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. But I'm not a feminist in the sense of the word that you see on TV.
You're not burning your bra?
I'm not. There's no bar burning here. I spent too much for it. And there are certain things that I still feel, in terms of traditional values and traditional roles that I feel that still need to be in place.
Such as? Not that I'm disagreeing. I just need examples.
Such as, I don't necessarily feel that women need to be construction workers.
Really?
I don't really agree with it.
Well, need to be and want to be are two different things.
Okay. I don't feel that women should be construction workers.
Why? I
just feel like that is, and I'm going to sound really crazy right now, but that is a man's job.
Huh.
I really feel that way because honestly, I've seen things go really left when women want to be in that arena with men. And then when they get treated like a man, then now they want to go, but I'm a girl. No, you were just lifting up those pipes.
But so then what do you say to the man who's a makeup artist?
See, and that's where the lines are really gray. Right. It's really weird because I know men who, do hair and they do it really well. And I know men who do makeup and they do it really well. And I know females who have non-traditional jobs and they do it very well. But I think where I kind of, have a pushback with it is when I see women who were normally soft and pink, and then they get this job and then they become like the Incredible Hulk and they're like yelling at people and their whole demeanor changes.
But I think that's just the product of allowing your job to spill over into your personal life or allowing your occupation and your need to be tough in a man's world to spill over into your personal life. And I think that's just the product of those people not being able to find a balance.
Right.
I don't necessarily think it is the job. I just think that it is. I mean, you've ever seen somebody who's like, listen to me, you're going to listen to me. And then when they get in other areas of their life outside of work, they carry that listen to me attitude over because they spend all day, screaming at people to listen to them. So I think it's sort of a catch-22, but I don't know that it necessarily has anything to do with a man's job or a woman's job per se.
Right.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. Like, I would never be a construction worker.
Not me.
Can't do it.
Not lifting those things.
But I don't think that I would, I think that if I saw a woman who was a construction worker and she was right alongside the men and she's lifting the same thing that he's lifting, I would swell with pride. Like, because women are awesome,
Women are awesome.
I just ain't doing it.
I'm just not lifting it. I'm just not lifting it. I was talking to a friend of mine just a little while ago, and I said, I work in a school, and I don't lift anything heavier than my bag. Like, I will look at the box, and it will move because a man is going to pick that up for me. Because I feel like we have kind of been in a society where we're always talking about, I'm a strong, independent woman, and I don't need a man for this, and I don't need a man for that we have kind of, in some ways, pushed men out of the picture. We've pushed them out, and we've basically told them, we don't need you anymore because I can work on the construction site and I make more money than you. So why do I need you? But we're going to get back into that. So we are getting hot into this discussion. Call in 347-838-8917. It is the Good Life on the GoPro Radio Network. Go open other doors. Come on, go get it.
You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
The Buzz Street Journal calls the roll-up radio show audacious. The Puffington Post says it's irreverent. High People magazine calls it smart and funny. The Right Conservative says this show needs Jesus. The Roll-Up Radio Show with Julie Indica, Tylen Washington, and Summer Alstein. Only on the GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
Why are you paying for radio? Are you serious? GoPro Radio offers content for free. Go to www.goproradio.com and listen to original, irreverent, and exceptional talk shows. It's free. Go to www.goproradio.com now. It's that simple and free. www.goproradio.com. Listen to the voices in your head. Oh, and did I mention it's free?
Hey everybody, you are listening to The Good Life. This is Shea Meminger. Our co-host Adiagha Faizah is out, but sitting in for her is the wonderful, the magnificent poet extraordinaire Jennifer Falou. Google her, Instagram her, follow her wherever she goes. Just throw rose petals down. And yes, rose peddlers. And we were here, and for those of you who are just tuning in, please call in 347-838-8917. And we are talking about this Like a Girl movement and what it means for us as women, and kind of being in this world that is shifting and changing. James Brown had a song said it's a man's world, and but he also said, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl.
Indeed.
And I was sharing with Falou, and I've shared this with her many times before, my desire in my heart. Now, I work because I have to, because I like to eat and I like to wear nice clothes.
Right.
And I work because I know that there is a job for me to do right now in this time. But honestly, if I could have my way, and if there were really a genie in a bottle like Aladdin, I would be a housewife. I would.
What does a housewife do?
For me, this is my definition of a
Right.
housewife. Some people, now it's not what you see on Bravo. That's not what I would be doing. Honestly, I would be making sure that the children are getting supplemental education at home. Mm-hmm. They're not relying completely on the public school system or whatever school that they attend to give them their education. I would be making sure that my husband is well fed and taken care of in all his needs.
Amen.
Amen. All of them. But just honestly, being a keeper of the house and making sure that the family in itself knows that they are being cared for and loved every single moment of the day.
Do you think you wouldn't be able to do that with a job? You wouldn't be able to.
It would be really hard.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm not a good housewife. I would never make a good housewife. Mm-hmm. Housewifing ain't my thing.
Right.
I'm not particularly like, my eye doesn't go to the dust. My eye doesn't.
You don't see it.
I don't see the dishes in the sink. Like, I see these poems. I see the children.
Yes.
I see that they're hungry. I see he's hungry. But like, oh, the toothpaste, I brushed my teeth this morning and the toothpaste fell in the sink.
Yes.
It's going to stay there. Like, housewifing is not my thing. So I get your desire. I get your love for all things Dawn and detergent.
I do.
But that's just not my, we all got gifts.
We do. And talents.
Housewifing ain't my gift.
Right.
Or my talent.
And I understand that there are women out here who, their gifts and talents are not housewifing. But what I feel like, and one of the other reasons why I think that I have learned that this is my calling whenever it comes.
Housewifing
is my calling. It's because my mother was a housewife.
Okay.
And as I got older, I realized how important her job was.
Absolutely. No, my grandmother was a housewife, and she is the only definition of what I know love really, really is.
Right.
She kept house.
Yes.
I mean, kept house.
Right.
And spotless house. And whatever time you came home, if you said you were hungry, you could eat.
Right.
I mean, she kept house, and you always felt loved, and you always felt appreciated, and you just wanted to be wherever she was.
Right.
However, I know that I could never live up to those standards of housewifeness.
Right.
And I think everybody has their own definition of what a housewife is. And I'm a firm believer that I could still have my job and jobs, and I can still travel and do poems and teach kids and do all of these things and still make sure that he's good and these children are good without having to necessarily be home all day long. I would die.
Well, you wouldn't.
What do you do? What would you do all day?
There's
at home?
lots to do. I think that's the misconception is that, housewives are sitting around all day, at lunches and talking about, the neighborhood gossip. There are tons to do. I remember that there are weeks where I would be home and, cleaning the house and making sure things are put away and, sitting down and doing the budget for the month. And
oh my God, that sounds so boring.
It's not. For me, it's exciting.
Doing the budget?
Yes, because now
like a girl?
Yes, because now I know how much I need to coupon.
No.
Yes, that's exciting for me. It makes me very excited. But what I wanted to ask you is, does there need to be this backlash? Because I remember when my mom would take me to school and the other parents and the other moms who worked would ask my mom what she did. And she was like, I take care of the house. I'm a mom. And they would give her these stares like, why would you want to do that? Why do we feel that in order for women to be appreciated, to be compensated, that we need to compete with men in order for this whole, movement, like a girl being strong, has to work? Why do we feel like we have to compete with men? What is that all about?
I don't know. I don't compete with men. I don't try to compete with men because I feel like women and men and women, there is not a single thing that men and women are going to do alike.
Right.
We ain't going to clean alike if it comes down to cleaning, but we're also not going to run an office the same way.
Right.
We're not going to be a boss the same way. There are things that women do that men have no idea. There are sacrifices that women make that men have no idea about, that men would never even think to sacrifice. But I don't know why we feel like we have to compete with men. I feel like being a housewife and being a person who stays home and takes care of the children and keeps house is probably one of the most important jobs in the world.
Right.
Like it is a significant, and it's a lot of work.
It is. It's a lot.
Like I hearing people be like, "Why are you so tired? You stay home all day." It's like, do you understand?
Right.
Like I have these kids and it's a lot. But I can't even answer that. I don't know why women think they need to compete with men, because they don't.
Right.
I don't even know why women feel like they need to compete with each other.
And I think
That's a whole nother
nother conversation. And I think that's why I'm always apprehensive to kind of join these movements, because there's always this underlying current of competition with men that I see in these movements. And I don't know if it's, the Caucasian agenda to kind of, push women and say, you can do everything like a man. And like you said, we can't.
Right.
Everybody does things differently. Men definitely do things differently than women. We're hardwired differently. But I feel like we sometimes feel like we need to tell men how much they are insignificant in order for us to push this agenda of I'm empowering myself. So I think the misconception is that in order to empower ourselves, we need to put somebody else down, or we need to make somebody else feel inferior. Right. And that's for us. That's just for me. That is the number one sign of insecurity. Right. Like, in order to empower myself, I need to make sure that you feel small. Right. And for people in general, that's super damaging. But I feel like for men in particular, when a person that a man loves, or his woman or his wife, or his wifey, whatever you want to call this person that you love and adore, to destroy you, because that's what it is. Yeah. Like to make themselves feel better is a crushing blow. Right. And I don't know that I ever want to be a part of anything like that. Right. And I think sometimes as women, we may do it unintentionally. We may do it without even knowing, oh, I did X, Y, and Z. I didn't know that you felt that way. And I think part of the first step is to acknowledge that we've done something wrong, or we've hurt someone that we love. Right. But I don't know. I don't think that we need to make someone else feel inferior just to feel empowered. That's I don't know. It's just really weird. I was looking on Instagram before we got on the show, and there is a movement called the Meninist movement.
I saw.
What?
I saw.
For those of you who have no idea what this is, so this basically is the male version of the feminist movement.
Ridiculous.
As though we need to, have this back and forth.
Because I think that these, I feel like, just like there was the Black Lives Matter, and then it became a hashtag All Lives Matter. Yes. It almost undercuts and cuts off at the knees what we are trying to do. Right. So when you have something like
the Meninist,
first of all, that's ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous.
The name is ridiculous. The Meninist, like, shh. You don't speak, ever.
Shout out to all the Mennonists who are listening, all of our do-gooder Mennonists. We won't tell who you are. Right. But, shout out to you.
What is a... I'm interested. What is a Mennonist?
What do they do? Do they have meetings?
Mennonist meetings.
Do they meet on Mondays? Because it starts with an M.
Mennonist Mondays.
But I just feel like there's this competition. And no, we shouldn't make young girls feel like they can't dream. We shouldn't have a society or a culture that makes them feel like if they want to be that construction worker, that they can't. We shouldn't do that. But in the same vein, we shouldn't have our young girls, walking around talking about, I don't need a man. I could do bad all by myself. What are we teaching them?
People still say that?
Yes, they do.
Oh, wow.
I've heard it on the train.
That's like a blast from the past.
It is. And it's so jarring, and it's so... Why would you want to do bad by yourself?
But I think that comes up out of a place of hurt.
It does.
Like that, things like that come from pain.
So what do we do to find a balance? Like, I've been thinking about, some different things of because here at The Good Life, we're all about being resourceful and just opening other doors. So how do we find the balance in this movement, especially for our young girls of color?
First, I think the first thing daddies stay home and raise your daughters.
That's number one.
That's number one.
That's
like,
number one.
That's number one.
Right.
Number two, daddy, if you didn't stay home, have a good relationship with daughter's mother.
Yes.
Have a good relationship, because you are her idea of what a man is, what a man's supposed to be, what men and women relationships should be like. You're the first thing they see. And so I think those are the first two things. Like, stay home and raise your daughter.
Yeah.
If you aren't interested in being home, have a good relationship with the mother of that daughter, so that your daughter is able to see daddy respects women. Mommy doesn't have to compete with daddy. Mommy ain't walking around here talking about our mommy and daddy.
Right.
Like, those kind of things, because those things come out of a place of hurt.
Exactly.
And, and I think mothers, empower your daughters.
Right.
Empower your daughters and have good relationships with men as well.
Right.
Like, it's not just men have a good relationship with women. Women have good relationships with men, form good relationships with men.
Right.
And be an example for your daughter.
Awesome. Awesome. We're going to continue this conversation. You are listening to The Good Life on GoPro Radio.
You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
The Buzz Street Journal calls the roll-up radio show audacious. The Puffington Post says it's irreverent. High People magazine calls it smart and funny. The Right Conservative says this show needs Jesus. The roll-up radio show with Julie Indica, Tylen Washington, and Summer Alstein, only on the GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
Why are you paying for radio? Are you serious? GoPro Radio offers content for free. Go to www.goproradio.com and listen to original, irreverent, and exceptional talk shows. It's free. Go to www.goproradio.com now. It's that simple and free. www.goproradio.com. Listen to the voices in your head. Oh, and did I mention it's free?
Hey everybody, this is The Good Life on GoPro Radio Network. This is Shea along with our very special guest host. She's been here just rocking out with us, Miss Jennifer Fallu. She's a world-renowned spoken word artist, and right now she is filling in for Adiagha. She is performing at the New York Weekend, so we just want to give good wishes to Adiagha on her performances. She is performing at the New York Weekend Black Footnotes. It is in production from February 1st, which was this weekend, to the 14th. So if you want to get some more information, just go to, what's the website for New York Poets Cafe?
NewYorkPoetsCafe.org, I believe. Actually work for the New York Poets Cafe. So I am a 4-time New York Slam team member.
Yes. How many titles have you all won?
Oh God. We've been on final stage every year since 2006 consecutively.
All right.
And this year we've actually had the first all women's poetry slam team in the tri-state area, which I was a part of, coached by the world-famous, phenomenal Mahogany L. Brown.
Hello there.
Hello there. So, so
awesome.
NewYorkRecan.org.
Yes, so go on NewYorkRecan.org if you want to get more information on Black Footnotes. As I said, Adiagha is performing in that production, and we really want to support her. So go on there, buy your tickets, take someone out for Valentine's Day. Do something different. Don't go to the movies. Go to a show.
What's wrong with the movies?
We can do that on a Tuesday. They have the discount matinee.
Nice.
Yes. So this period in this segment, we always talk about our do-gooder of the week. And for those of you who are just tuning into The Good Life, we want to say welcome, and we want to just let you know that this do-gooder of the week is always going to be someone who kind of mirrors what we are all about, and having a lifestyle of resourcefulness, and they are risk takers, they are movers and shakers. And I want to extend the microphone to Miss Falou, and who is your do-gooder of the week?
My do-gooder of the week is none other, just mention her, than Mahogany L. Brown. She is the slam master of the New Eurekan Poets Cafe, but she is also an activist, a revolutionary. She's a mentor. She has raised 8,000 million trillion babies to be little baby poet revolutionaries. And it's amazing to watch. And she's now, I believe she's a teacher at this super prestigious Black fellowship called Cave Canem. And they have this movement, or this hashtag movement called Black Poets Speak Out.
Okay.
And she's been doing amazing work for this organization and for this movement, just pushing this movement. And if you may see the videos, if you guys hashtag Black Poets Speak Out, if you see, you may see some poets, some videos posted, and they always start with, "I'm a Black poet who will not remain silent while this nation murders Black people. I have the right to be angry." So all the videos start like that. And it's really amazing to watch. And there's thousands of videos.
Wow.
And it's about to be a really big deal. And we're going to change the world. And she is spearheading changing the world.
Awesome.
So she is a do-gooder for sure.
Yes, she is. So hashtag Black Poets Speak Out. How can people get in touch with Mahogany?
She actually works at the New Eurekan. So you can either, I believe her, I don't know. I have to look up her email address.
So go on to
Twitter,
Yes.
Twitter, Mahogany Brown, Mo Brown. Instagram is Mo Brown.
Yeah.
Facebook, Mahogany L. Brown. I keep forgetting that social media exists. So I'm like, what's her email address?
We're so brick and mortar. It's okay.
Snap.
Yeah, so shout out to Mahogany Brown. She's an amazing just spirit and person, and we want to just give her a great thank you to all the work that she has done. My do-gooders, actually, it's a group, it's a movement.
There are tons of movements.
It's tons of movement, but this one is very near and dear to my heart, and I want to give some love to Team Sanchez New York.
I love them.
And Pink Pig Productions. Yes, so for those of you who don't know, Team Sanchez New York and Pink Pig Productions, say that 4 times fast, is a Brooklyn-based streetwear brand and digital media production firm. Now, what started out in Brownsville, Brooklyn as a simple t-shirt line founded by Kevin Young and Davari Miller has now grown into an internationally recognized brand and multimedia company. After adding Kashim Black and Delon George to the team in 2010, so that they are the wholesale accountant and logistics accountants, respectively.
Nice.
Everyone has titles, yes. Team Sanchez New York has expanded to both Paris and Japan. Team Sanchez New York is committed to creating authentic streetwear apparel with high fashion sensibility for the past 7 years. Creative director Kevin Young has been uncompromising in pushing out, in his words, dope imagery.
Dope is in the details.
Dope is in the details. Dope imagery accompanied by brash commentary. The Team Sanchez New York Spring and Summer Collection actually drops next month in March 2005. And their
2015?
2015. Oh my goodness.
Took us back 10 years.
I took you back 10 years.
That was for the housewife.
That was for the housewife.
Took us back 10 years.
I did. March 2015, and their quote is, "Style never cometh easy."
Yes.
And if you want more information on Team Sanchez New York, you can go on to www.tsanchez.com. tsnyonline.com or www.pinkpigpro.com. So shout out to Team Sanchez and Pink Pig Productions. I'm still needing my shirt. So Kevin,
I saw the new design.
Yes, I saw it, and my mouth salivated. I'm looking for my shirt, Kevin.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, and I know you are, a nice shirt, crispy, and a medium. Thank you so
in a medium
much.
so that it fits.
So that it fits.
Lovely and snug.
Yes. So
yes, shout out to Kevin.
So let's dive a little bit back into our conversation, because I feel like I want for everyone to walk away from this conversation tonight knowing that we are in no way bashing men
or women.
We just want everyone to find that balance, because I think what happens is, because we are damaged, because we have been hurt in our relationships, or even in the way that people refer to us at work, we feel like we have to, tip the scales. It has to be one way or the other, and it can't be equal. And I feel that we really need to teach our young girls how to live in a world who may not, the people may not want them there. They may not feel like you should be working here, but do the best that you can. Do the very best that you can. Do the best job that you can. And don't try to get hired or do things off the merit of you being a female.
I think we have special circumstances, though, because we're not just females. We're females. We're females of color.
Yeah.
We have like all the
right. And I think that just makes it even more sappy. Like, just do a job. Do the best job that you can. I don't want to be hired because I was female. I want to be hired and I want to have recognition because I did a good job.
I get it. I get that.
I don't know,
but I also feel like the same conversation could be had in terms of just like affirmative action, right? I don't want to go to that school because I'm black, but it's like how many people had amazing opportunities simply because they are, filling that quota,
right?
And so you use that opportunity to not only do the best job you can, but you go above and beyond and you outdo everything that everyone else is doing.
Right.
But if you get hired somewhere simply because you're a girl or because you're a woman, that doesn't mean that you're any less than than anybody else doing the job or any man there. You just for me, if I walk into a job and the job is full of men, I don't necessarily know that I'm going to be like, this is a competition. But I do know what's innate in me is to be like, beast.
Right.
Like, that's it.
Right.
Like, there's 600 men here. I'm about to beast. Because you don't want to be seen as weak.
Right.
Because as a woman, people automatically think that you are weaker.
Mm-hmm.
And weak is such a negative word. It has such negative connotation.
Right.
Like, it's okay to be soft and feminine and all those things. And sometimes when we're in a professional environment or in a workplace, soft and feminine and soft and pink is like weak. That translates into weak for men, And so, I don't know. If I walked into a job and it was all men, I'd be like, let me beast. Let me beast real quick. Like I feel like I would have no choice.
Okay.
And even if and that, I guess that does go back to why do we feel like we have to compete. I think it's just something in our souls that's like beast.
Right.
Like I
mean, there's nothing wrong with healthy competition.
No.
There's nothing wrong with, seeing who can, produce the best. But I feel that we shouldn't teach our young girls to do things and to, manipulate because they're female.
I think the thing that you're trying to say is don't choose.
Right.
Don't pick and choose when you want to be a girl.
Right.
Like, just be a girl.
Just be a girl.
Or be a woman. Whatever it is you are. Like, be a woman. Don't don't choose when it's convenient
Right.
to play the girl card. Like, I'm a girl today because you said, you hurt my feelings, whatever it is.
Right.
Just don't. I get it. I get what you're saying. But I also think, I'm sitting here thinking about it, I also think if I walked into a job full of women, I'd still be like, beast. Beast in my makeup.
And I think, because, I think that we feel like we have to do that.
Yeah.
And I don't know when we will ever get to the point where we don't have to.
But I think it's okay to compete at work. I don't want to have to compete like in real life,
Right.
outside of like, I'm not going to see you in the street and be like, Psh, I got to look better. Like,
Right.
that's silly.
I
but
think
at work,
for me that's where my mind is at, because yes, at work you want to do the best. You definitely want to be recognized for doing the best job that you possibly can. I think what happens with us, because we don't have that balance, because we haven't been taught how to balance being strong with being soft and pink, that we kind of extend it out into the rest of the world. We're going to get back into this conversation. You are listening to The Good Life on GoPro Radio here in Jersey City, New Jersey. Go get it.
You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
The Buzz Street Journal calls the roll-up radio show audacious. The Puffington Post says it's irreverent. High People magazine calls it smart and funny. The right conservative says, this show needs Jesus. The Roll-Up Radio Show with Julie Indica, Tylen Washington, and Summer Alstein. Only on the GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
Why are you paying for radio? Are you serious? GoPro Radio offers content for free. Go to www.goproradio.com and listen to original, irreverent, and exceptional talk shows. It's free. Go to www.goproradio.com now. It's that simple and free. www.goproradio.com. Listen to the voices in your head. Oh, and did I mention it's free? The views and opinions expressed on GoPro Radio Network shows are solely those of the speakers and are not necessarily the views or opinions of GoPro Radio Network, Inc. or its affiliates. These broadcasts are provided on the understanding that they do not constitute professional advice or services. Individuals who speak on these broadcasts express their own opinions, experiences, and conclusions. GoPro Radio Networks and its affiliates do not necessarily endorse or oppose any particular opinion or conclusion discussed in these broadcasts. You may not edit or modify or redistribute these broadcasts in any way without the express permission from GoPro Radio, LLC.
Hey there, everyone. You are listening to The Good Life. We want to just send a warm wishes and good luck to Adiagha, who is performing at the Nuyorican. Go on to NuyoricanPoetsCafe.org.
Nuyorican.org.
Nuyorican.org to get more information on her show. It's Black Footnotes. It is performing from February 1st until the 14th, so check that out. And I want to just thank the lovely Miss Jennifer Falou for sitting in with us. She'll be here next week, so get ready. We're going to have a very interesting conversation. Today we've been talking about the Like a Girl movement. And for those of you who saw the commercial on the Super Bowl, just basically asking people, what does it mean to be like a girl? And most people's conceptions and connotation was very weak and fragile, and just lots of sounds in that commercial. Lots of sounds, lots of just moaning. And we've been sitting here talking about this movement, and it doesn't have to be about weakness, nor does it have to be about Herculean strength. It's really about finding a balance. So today we want to give all of our do-gooders some tips on how to live like a girl.
First, live like a girl in very high heels.
That's right. That's right. All the time, as much as you can.
That's one.
Yes.
That's one. Wear them with your sweatpants. First of all, sweatpants are not really pants, but we're not going to have that discussion. No. Wear them with your jeans, with your boyfriend jeans, with your
skinny jeans.
With your skinny jeans, with your dresses. Just heel it up like a girl.
Like a girl. Like a girl.
What say you?
My number one is don't be weak. Don't be weak-minded. Don't feel like you need to depend on people to give you validation. Find that validation within yourself. And with that, you'll go far. Number two.
Live like a girl. My number two after high heels is get your education in your high heels.
Yes.
Right? Because that's important.
Yes.
Like, all these things go together.
Yes, they do.
So you go to class in your heels, like stunt. That's it. Just stunt at school in your high heels. What say you?
All right. Be interdependent and not independent. No one is an island. We all need each other to survive.
I'm like a baby island.
I'm like a peninsula.
Okay. I'm like Hawaii with all those other little islands, like maybe that, like, you know, like, oh, the big island, and then I got like a couple little islands.
And then you could take a ferry?
Like, yeah,
okay.
Like, I'm like that.
I'm a peninsula.
I'm the Virgin Islands. You know, they got St. Thomas,
yes.
St. Croix. It's like, I'm one of them islands.
I'm Florida.
What?
I'm Florida. When I want to be by myself, I go to the Keys.
Yes.
And then I come back into Lauderdale.
Got you. Okay,
yes.
Okay.
But be interdependent. Look for resources, whether they are male or female, but never feel like you have to do things by yourself. Number three.
Number three.
Do you have a number three?
I do, but you kind of stole my answer because it was
sorry.
like,
I'm sorry.
Build relationships, form relationships that are honest.
Okay.
And relationships that have integrity.
That's 2B then.
Yes. 2.0.
2.0. 2.1.
2A. Yeah. So form these relationships that have integrity and honesty and be accountable.
Okay.
As a girl, living like a girl, be accountable for your behavior, for your actions, for your words. Words are powerful. Words are important. Language is important. So be accountable, form relationships that are honest and have integrity.
My last one is don't be mean. Mean is not the way to improve your life. Don't put others down in order to build yourself up. You know, there's no glory in the nasty girl because she's always alone.
I know, but you know what? The problem is that it always seems like the nasty girl be winning. That's an illusion, though.
It is.
It's an illusion. Always is like the nasty girl. So she the winner.
It's the trick of the devil.
But she not. She not really.
She's not. She's always sad because she never really has stable friends.
Stable friends.
Because she's always talking about her friends.
That's true.
So don't be mean.
Don't be mean.
Miss Falou.
Yes.
This has been a wonderful conversation with you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You are my do-gooder of the year.
Oh, my God. That's a lot of pressure.
It is. It is. How can people get in touch with you? You are doing it. You are making moves and taking names. How can people be down with your movement?
Oh, okay. Well, Twitter, Super Blonde Falou. Instagram, everything I own is Super Blonde Falou because you can't see my hair today, but it's super blonde most days.
Yes.
My website is not up and running yet because your do-gooder, Kevin Young, is slacking.
Oh, goodness.
No, we just haven't had time to actually put it together yet and to finish. So my website is coming soon. JenniferFalou.com.
All right.
Yes, right.
Yes.
I'm gonna be
Are
such
you
a grown-up.
performing anywhere?
I'm actually going to be at first Saturday.
Okay.
This Saturday at the Brooklyn Museum.
Oh.
I know. We have the 7:00 slot, I believe, and it's
Okay.
Black Poets Speak Out is going to be there.
Awesome.
So I'm performing with that movement, and then I'm at Smith College in Massachusetts on the 10th.
Okay.
And then I am with this world-renowned poet, Buddy Wakefield, on the 17th. So we have a lot of things that are going on.
It's going down.
I'm at BAM, the Brooklyn Academy of Music, the 29th, 30th, and the 31st. So, yeah, we have some things that are in the works. Things are going great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Follow your girl, Super Blonde Falou, on Instagram and Twitter. You definitely want to follow this person. But I do want to let you all know that if you have any questions or comments, if you want to just send us some love, you can email us at goopenotherdoors@hotmail.com. And you can follow us on Instagram at goopenotherdoors. After each word is an underscore. And just follow us on Instagram. We're going to be posting so much content. We're going to have some conversations after the show about what we've been talking about. We want to thank Keenan and Jasmine and Talon, who have done amazing jobs tonight. And we want to definitely thank T.L. Cross, who has written this wonderful theme song. You have been listening to The Good Life on GoPro Radio. Listen, determined to be a do-gooder. Put that goal in sight and go open other doors for yourself and ultimately for others. Remember, what you want in life, you can have it. Our do-gooders are go-getters. So go get up, and go get it.
Go get it.
Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all next week on The Good Life. Good night.
Good night.
Every single day, something's gonna come your way.